to another vlog. I am in Boracay at the minute. It's so beautiful here and I'm so excited to show you all around. In this video we're going to show you all the best places to go, places to eat, which station to stay on the famous white beach, and everything else that you need to know if you're planning a trip to Boracay. If you don't know already, I'm Nicole. I'm currently traveling the world and I'm living extra for my mom who I lost last year. So anyway, let's go get it.
The main place to stay in Boracay is on the famous White Beach, which is split into 3 stations. We are staying on Station 2, but I'm going to take you on a little tour of each station, starting with Station 1.
The sand on this beach literally feels like powder.
As we're entering Station 1, there's still quite a lot of crowds here, and there's also a religious shrine over by the sea. It's quite nice to have a little walk over to it and view it all that way.
I think the main difference between Station 2 and Station 1 is that on Station 2 you've got all of these shops and restaurants and bars on the beach, whereas Station 1 is a little bit more set aside. There are some places on the beach, but it's a lot of kind of enclosed resorts. So yeah, it depends what kind of feel you want, but it's quite easy to walk from Station 1 to Station 2 if you wanted to stay somewhere quieter and then walk into the busy side. So there are sections of Station 1 that are literally empty. So yeah, it's very different compared to the main bulk of Station 2 and 3. The water is so blue here and it's actually a little bit cold. Like I wasn't expecting it to be cold, were you?
No.
It's nice though, isn't it? Refreshing. So another big difference on Station 1 versus Station 2 and 3 is that on Station 1 you don't really have anyone hassling you for boat tours or scuba diving or any of that, whereas in Station 2 and 3 you can't walk 2 minutes without somebody coming up and being like, massage, massage, scuba diving, and it's like, you by now. So yeah, if you want to be less hassled, then definitely Station 1. We're now coming out of Station 1 and heading into Station 2. We're not quite there yet, we're kind of like on the board a little bit, but yeah, there's loads of shops here and it's getting a lot busier here. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to get even busier as soon as we get into Station 2. So we're now in Station 2 and yeah, it's very busy, but it's still really nice. The beach is still beautiful. So one of the main benefits in staying in Station 2 is you're literally in the centre of the Mall, which is basically this huge complex outside with shops, food, bars, anything, you name it. And it's really nice. It's a really pretty area and it just goes on for quite a bit, and because it's Christmas time it's all nicely decorated. We're now walking down Station 3 and the main difference is there's more resorts here. So it's just as busy as Station 2, but it is more like a resort feel. There's more fancier restaurants this side, whereas there's more budget ones kind of in the Mall area of Station 2. But yeah, it's still a lovely beachfront and there's still so much to see all along here. In Station 3 they also have the food festival and seafood market. It looks like this place would be pretty cool at night time. And if you're a 7-Eleven lover, then Station 3 is the only station that does it on White Beach. So in Station 3 there's also a lot of big stalls, so you can go and walk around and pretty much get anything that you want. I did not expect to be on White Beach and have this beautiful area to ourselves. So at the end of Station 3 we have Angol Point, where we've just got to here. So it is a lot quieter and apparently the snorkeling is meant to be really good around here, so we're going to go check it out. So at the bottom of Angol Point there's these rock formations and apparently this is where the best snorkeling is. Wow, this is pretty awesome. From a distance it doesn't look like you'd be able to fit in. Oh, just duck my head a bit. Ah, little cove area. Peekaboo dad. Point is a really good area just to come and chill. There's barely anyone here. It's really peaceful, and there's loads of little coves, so you can have a cove to yourself. So it is very busy at Station 2 at night time. We're just walking down the main strip now on the beach, and you can see there's loads of restaurants and stalls and loads of people. A place called Uptown, and basically they do a fire show twice a night, and it's really good. It's completely free. You can leave a tip if you want to, but there's 4 or 5 of them, and they put on a really good show. So we have come to Tres Amigos Mexican in Boracay. It's in the centre of the mall, and it looks amazing, the food does. I'm so excited to try it. Oh wow, thank you. Ooh, it's yummy. Fajitas. So you can also build your own burrito here and choose all the fillings that you want. Are you excited for this? Yeah. Is it good? Oh yeah. So the prices here on Boracay are very similar to El Nido, a little bit more expensive than Cebu, Bohol and Sigihol. Yeah, Sigihol where we went to. But I guess that's what happens when you go to like even more touristy areas. But yeah, it's still very, very reasonable compared to the UK prices and anywhere really on the western side of Europe. So a bottle of beer is around 80p from a shop, and that's for 6.9% Red Horse. So it's very strong but very nice, I would recommend. And at a bar you're paying anywhere between kind of £1 to £2. So it's really not that expensive, and it's a really nice beer here. So we found this bar, and it has got the best live bands usually, and such a good atmosphere. Plus, beer's only 100. So I'm just having a little walk around on myself because Ross has still got a really bad bug and the others have gone to sleep. And sometimes I quite like to do this because it gives me a feel of how I would feel if I was a solo traveller. Quite nice to gauge exactly how it feels and if you feel safe. And I would say that Boracay is pretty safe from my experience anyway. I've been walking around, everyone's been friendly, no one's made me feel uncomfortable at all. So it's definitely somewhere that, you know, even though it has got a party reputation, it's not somewhere, you know, to be worried about if you are especially a female solo traveller. So today we are exploring Boracay. Our first stop from White Beach is to go to Puka Beach, which is on the north tip of the island. We're quite excited to maybe go somewhere a little bit quieter than White Beach, and we've got a little tricycle here. So it's just the 3 of us today because the other 3 are still feeling unwell. Usually we rent motorbikes when we're on islands to try and explore it ourselves, but in Boracay it's a little bit more difficult. It's mainly just bicycles rather than motorbikes, because they're really trying to keep down all of the fumes from all the diesel and petrol transportation. So a lot of the tricycles are actually e-tricycles and all battery powered, which to be honest is great for such a small island. So we've just passed a really big mall area, a shopping mall, and it looks like they've got a cinema there. So if the weather is rubbish, then that's another option to do. So we've just got to the entrance of Puka Beach, and there's a lot of trikes here. They're all queued up, ready to get people afterwards. So if you're worried about doing a tricycle tour and just kind of getting your own trikes to places, but worried that there's not going to be ones at your destination, then don't worry about that because there is loads waiting for everyone that's going to be leaving this beach soon and going to the next one. So there's quite a few stalls here, little shops. There's a really cute little entrance area that people are queuing to get pictures at, and it's a really nice white sandy beach. So it is still crowded here, but I think the whole of Boracay in general is going to be crowded. The sand isn't as soft as White Beach, but it's still pretty nice, and the sea is a little bit rougher here. Oh, little doggy! So we're just leaving Puka Beach and we're on our way down the coast to Paradise Cove. So we'll see what that's like. We've got another tricycle, they were waiting for us. Tricycle. So yeah, see what Paradise Cove entails. So I really like going around in because you're in the open air. There is a hop on, hop off bus you can get. It's around the same price really for how much you pay, especially if you've got a few people in a tricycle to split the cost. But for me, this is a great way to see the island and to really feel like you're seeing all of the streets on the side as well as the tourist spots. So we've arrived on Paradise Cove, which is part of Iligan Beach, and there's no one here really. We've pretty much got it to ourselves, which I didn't expect here in Boracay, and to be honest, it's pretty beautiful. Do you like this beach, Joel?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Lovely. Dad, do you like this beach?
Oh, this is what you do call paradise.
It's nice, isn't it? So personally, I would skip Puka Beach and come straight here. It's so nice, there's no crowds, the sand is beautiful, and you've got a lovely landscape all around.
No idea of being on the beach.
Oh, I just captured that. Okay, sand rating, I would say it's pretty good. Even though Iligan Beach is absolutely gorgeous, I probably wouldn't stay around here because there isn't really any bars, restaurants, there's just one resort really. And then you've got a bit of a walk to get to the main road. But yeah, definitely worth coming on a day trip and enjoying a private beach. So one of my biggest tips if you are coming to Iligan Beach is to ask your tricycle driver to stay because there isn't really any transportation. There's just like 2 motorbikes where you can get a lift with them. We're not really sure on how much they charge or how legit they are, but it just worked well asking our tricycle driver to stay. So we've just got to Bulabog Beach. It's basically opposite White Beach in Boracay, and you can walk within 10 minutes from kind of like station 2, the middle bit, but it stretches the whole way along like White Beach does, and it's pretty nice. And there's less people here, but there's a lot of kiteboarding. So separating White Beach and Bulabog Beach, you've got some shops, a road, and this lake here. So we've stopped at Island Chicken for some lunch. It's a super popular place. We had to wait for kind of like 5 minutes to get a table, but we've got one, and we're gonna try some chicken. So there's all sorts that you can order here. So we've gone for the breast and wing, and we've upgraded to garlic rice. So I've added some chicken oil, some soy sauce, and some Cinemax, which is basically like vinegar. Let's try it. That is so good. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Nicole. I'm currently traveling the world and I'm living extra for my mom, who I lost last year. We're trying to make it our mission to show all the best places that we're going to. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, as there's plenty of travel content coming your way.